Yo guys, it's SMC Productions here. So 2 days ago, AMD held a press conference about their new Ryzen cores. So we used to know them as the AMD Zen cores before this press conference, and now they're actually called Ryzen cores as you see on the screen. So today I'll be looking at the specs and what I think of these new cores. Hopefully these cores will be able to rival Intel with their i7 cores and their lower line of like i3 cores and i5 cores, maybe even lower, but I doubt that very much. So without further ado, let's get right into this Ryzen core specs. So AMD released the specs of an 8-core processor. They're gonna have more like different types of processors, but this one is a 8-core chip that has 16 threads and a base clock of 3.4 gigahertz, but it will be overclocked, so that should be good. It also has 16 megabytes of L3 and 4 megabytes of L2 cache. This core will also run at a very impressive 94 watts of TDP power consumption. Also, the Ryzen cores will be using the new AM4 platform because of its Summit Ridge architecture, just like its Bristol Ridge counterpart that was released a little while ago as an OEM core. And because of this new AM4 platform, it will finally be able to catch up with Intel with its DDR4 RAM capabilities. Now you're probably wondering how this new core performed. Well, as you see on the screen, it was compared to an Intel i7 6900K with while they were testing Battlefield 1 in 4K with 2 Titan X's and SLI, and it actually surprisingly performed pretty much about the same as you saw on the screen. But remember, AMD did conduct this, so it could have been screwed or skewed, however you want to say it. So it can't be trusted as much as it can be by a third party. So the specs of this core is really good, but the real feature of this core, I should say, that steals the show is the new Sense Me feature by AMD, obviously by AMD. But it's kind of confusing to explain all in one video, so I'll leave a link for an article that explains it pretty well down below. But for right now, I'll just explain the very basic function of it. So what it really does is it keeps the same performance of the CPU while slightly lowering the power consumption and the heat in the CPU. So if this does turn out to be good, it'll be a real game changer because Intel doesn't have anything as smart as this, and AMD claims this to be really, really good. So if this is in fact what AMD claims it to be, this could really improve PC gaming, PC like work stuff. It'll be game changing. So you're probably wondering what the price of this is, since it is comparing to a 6900K, which is a $1,000 CPU. But AMD has not released an official price for this yet. So hopefully it will be a little bit lower, maybe $900, $800. So then Intel will be forced to lower their 6900K to compete with this Ryzen core. So do I really think that these Ryzen cores and Summit Ridge cores will be as good as high-end Intel cores? Actually, yes. If these Summit Ridge and Ryzen cores are a success, then it'll put Intel on their heels pretty much. They'll be forced to lower their prices, as I said before. They'll be forced to put out better chips, especially. That's what we're really looking for. We're looking for competition between these two brands, so then we get the best products. Also, hopefully they do make lower-end versions of these cores. Some lower-end Intel cores will also be pushed down to a lower price. And we'll have an alternative to the i3 and the i5, even the Pentium. I'm not sure they'll make a Pentium type of core with this Summit Ridge architecture, but you never know. So this is the end of this video. I hope you all liked it. Comment down below if you think these Summit Ridge and Ryzen cores will be good and will be rival to Intel's high-end and low-end cores. And these cores might even flop. We just have to wait and see. Now, I'll be picking up a core one of these selves. I will probably not be picking up one, just because they'll probably be really expensive, especially the first one. But you never know. Maybe AMD will want to send me out one of these cores. So if AMD, you're watching this video, send me out one of them. Just contact me. So this is the end of this video. If you like this video and you think the Ryzen cores will be good, comment and leave a like down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.